This week so far has been awesome because I now have this dual account setup where I'm able to go in and play pretty much any track I want with the donkey. Any track now is donkeyable. Well, until, of course, it can no longer be donkeyed. So now I have all of these tracks in my collection that I could go through and just pick a random one, anyone I want. It's like, oh, should I try a donkey this? Sure, why not? Unfortunately, there are some of them that well, it just doesn't work out. Like, nothing that I do would make it work out. So those ones I have to kind of just throw to the side and just, I don't know, hope for wheel peg DLC. Other tracks though, and keep in mind, all of these are extreme tracks. I'm not gonna go and, I didn't go and set this whole thing up so I could go and do like medium or hard tracks unless they're like, you know, mislabeled. But it turns out there are some extreme tracks that, shocker, they're mislabeled too. And I could blow through them in like, you know, maybe 2 minutes or something. And it's, it's unfortunate, and it's not their fault, right? Maybe this is hard to them, but if I could bring a donkey along and beat your track in a couple of minutes, this shit's not extreme. So even though I have this much broader selection now to go and pick for Will Donkey, and as a matter of fact, any of you guys, if you'd like, go back through old Tets episodes. If you see a track that maybe you want me to go back and do attempt, fuck you if you say Candyland, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And if you're a track creator, feel free to hit me up through the Xbox messaging system, aka Mike B, to send me a message, and I'll go ahead and maybe check it out. And if it's good enough, it'll be on the show. But even though I have this broad selection, it's still kind of difficult to go through and find a good track. I mean, some of the ones I knew that it was not gonna work. Listen, really, it's just, this is not gonna work out. I'll be here all day fapping the shit out of this thing, and it's not gonna work out. Granted, I could do some pretty impressive fapping on the donkey. Granted, because I have so much experience on the donkey, I could fap really well. Fuck, I am just not gonna win this. So today's track I've been holding on to again for a pretty long time, and actually I wanted to come through here and beat it on the 250cc like eventually, like one day in my trial retirement years, I'll go through and beat this track on the 250cc. It's probably not that difficult to level. It's not a ninja quality level, but it is still kind of difficult. And there are some environmental reasons. Like for example, when you look at the camera, it feels almost like it's tilted just a little bit. Obviously we're on a hill of some sort, but I feel like there's another added effect to kind of make it feel like the wind is blowing you downhill every time you make a jump, right? Maybe you guys, okay, I'm fucking crazy, whatever. But with this new recording setup, there's one thing that's been added to this that really kind of screws me, and it's kind of a benefit to you, the viewer, and it definitely fucks me in the end. Notice that I'm on the first obstacle, and the faults are counting. Nowhere else when you do this, if you do this by yourself, it never counts the first obstacle until you get past the first checkpoint. Then the faults start counting. It's always 0, 0, 0 every time. But because there's no way to fully reset this, and I can't even pause it. So like if I need to go and take a dump, like right in the middle of recording this, I can't. I pause it, but it keeps going. Because we're in multiplayer mode, you can't stop anything. So in a sense, this keeps me in check a bit more. It's like no breaks, regardless of what it is, and every fault counts, which fucking sucks. I mean, look back to all the previous Wheel of Donkeys when you see me attempt the first obstacle over and over again. And those of you guys who've been tallying up how many faults I've accumulated over the course of a single episode, go ahead and add like maybe what, 10 to 15% more? Because of the first obstacle, it never counted. Now, this first obstacle, I already know what the problem. I knew what it was when I was going through. I knew what the problem was. It was my fault for not adjusting and just kind of taking it easy instead of trying to, I don't know, like rocket myself up the second part of this thing. And so obviously I needed some kind of encouragement. And the 250cc, clearly being the inferior bike, ran by numeral Rope 68. Thank you, Microsoft, for giving me such a randomly shitty name. Which makes me wonder, by the way, do other people like run around with their default given names from Microsoft? Because I've seen a lot of shitty names like this, and they just don't realize that they get a free change, a name change, at least once. So you could go ahead and change it to whatever you want. No, obviously I'm not gonna do that because fucking numeral 68 is a sweet fucking name, and I'm gonna domain squat the shit out of this so someone gives me money for it, because this totally happens all the time, right? Anyways, brilliant money-making schemes aside, obviously that was the encouragement that I needed to make it over this first obstacle and to the first checkpoint. Gently, see? Now I noticed that every obstacle that this guy puts on here, which by the way, I realized after recording this that the guy who made this is also a TF like myself, which means total fanboy, obviously. But anyways, every other obstacle on here is just like a long jump, which fucking sucks on the donkey. It's just the biggest pain in the ass. There are a couple that are, you know, like this one right here. Hit that lip, do a little trick, look at, oh, look at that. Oh, what's up, see? See, I told you I was a fucking donkey fat bastard, what's up? And then how do I finish it? Like that, fuck. But I do eventually get it in the stupidest way. It still counts, okay? It's still, and look at how relieved I am that I finally made it. And one of the best things, I guess, benefits to doing Will Donkey this way is that I can actually see how far along I am on the track. And so when I knock out like checkpoint 1, right? Oh, look at these platforms. Oh, what's up? Checkpoint 2, and then, you know, fail, of course. But I can actually see right on the other side of this is the halfway point. I just need to make it over this wall, which is not that hard of a wall. It's just because I'm an asshole. I have no idea. I don't know what the answer is. But look, there we go. We made it. Now, allow me to introduce to you the fucking pain in the ass obstacle of the entire course so far. up to the halfway point. You figure that the hardest shit is gonna be like towards the end. And then here I am, stuck at this fucking thing for a little while. Now, I don't normally quit, but I took numeral rope 68 ahead, and I realized that it's not gonna happen this time. I may have given up with 2 minutes left on the clock. I might have, but I'm okay with that because I'm okay with going back and trying again. I don't quit just because I didn't make it in the first 30 minutes. That wouldn't even qualify as a Will Donkey track. If I beat it at 29,999, which doesn't make any sense, then I would not include it in the show. But it's okay, we have a final tally. 384, numeral rope 68 wins, like an asshole, and I get to try again. All right, so now I'm a seasoned vet. We're gonna zoom through this with no issues whatsoever. For the most part, sure, 50 faults, sure, you know, 70-something faults. It's okay because we still have so much time left on the clock, and I have plenty of faults left before I get to 500. And then there's this obstacle, okay, which we're working hard. I'm trying to make it. I say we, like numeral rope 68 and we're working together on this. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. But anyways, we're making it slowly, and then. But I'm only halfway through. Like, I just passed the halfway point like 1.5 obstacles ago. Fuck. And I hardly know what's coming up. I could kind of see it's blurry a little bit. Numeral rope 68 or where the fuck his name is went ahead, and I was able to see everything that was over there. I didn't retain any of that information, of course. But here's the thing. From this point forward, albeit some of the obstacles are a little difficult, I'm able to recover, like that. But some of them, they're a little difficult, but the hardest shit was in the middle of the fucking course. That doesn't mean that there was some impressive obstacles everywhere else, but all the hardest shit was there. Look, watch, here we go. Bam, okay? And this one right here, I might fuck it up a couple times, but I do eventually make it just over this. And look at that. What is that? That is called the end of the track. That's the end. So yes, of course it donkeyed. Every fucking week I've been donkeying it. I don't understand what the problem is. Look, actually I do know what the problem is. Here's the problem. I'm picking the tracks. So I'm done. I'm through picking the tracks. Fuck me, right? It's up to you guys now. You guys tell me what track you want to see done. I will go and I'll make an attempt at it. Unless it has stupid fucking ninja handlebar bullshit like this that doesn't fucking work for the donkey at all, I will do my best and we'll put it on the show. Because I'm an asshole, and I clearly pick tracks that are too fucking easy, that, oh, Mike B, you beat this track in like fucking 2 hours. What a loser, it's too easy. Stop picking easy tracks. Yes, I'm an ass. So guess what? I'm pulling myself out of the equation, and it's up to you guys to fuck me with the donkey. That doesn't work either.